This video is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I'm an entertainer. I am the one and only Apefather up all night. I don't know. I've been sleeping a little bit here and there, but I can't sleep. I'm just pissed off, man. I'm really pissed. I'm looking at the pre-market. I think we were down to $14.17. Man, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. I mean, we'll see what happens throughout, the rest of the day when the market opens. But, it's like this whole thing doesn't make any sense. We have to start holding people accountable. We should listen, in everything else in life, don't you agree that you have to be completely transparent? Like if you're going for a job, example, right? They're going to want you to take a background. You got the background test. In some cases, you got to take a urine test and make sure if you're not on drugs or anything like that, right? I mean, these are all basic things in every facet of life. You know what I mean? It seems like Wall Street is the only place where there doesn't have to be transparency. Anything else, name it. Name anything. Anything. You meet a girl, you meet her parents, they're going to ask you questions, right? Hey, tell me about, your family, where did you grow up? They want to know your history, unless you like that movie, The Stepfather, right? He meets women and he has no history, but they fall for him anyway, right? But in majority of the time, everything in life requires transparency. It just seems like with AMC, everything is a big mystery. No transparency. No one seems to care. Adam, Aaron is saying that we own 90% of the stock, yet the stock's going down like crazy. How could that be? Makes no sense, right? Our earnings were tenfold. We went from last year 163 million to this year 1.7 billion. Stocks going down. Apes are not selling. Stocks are going down. We're supposed to own 90%. Now you're not even counting the synthetics. You got the synthetics. We own this like times 1,000 with all the fake shares. Probably billions to trillions of fake shares. And it's like this whole thing is one big secret. It just gets to me. It really does. It really gets to me. I feel like, all of these agencies that are supposed to be the police, like the Securities and Exchange Commission, what are they doing? What is Gary Gensler doing? Like, shouldn't he be looking into this? Shouldn't he be saying, listen, there's something not right here? Okay. But it's like, what is he doing? This whole transparency rule is a joke. The transparency rule doesn't even include the synthetics. I just think that we really have to start banding together as one big, united AMC Ape family, and we have to start demanding results. We have to. We have to start holding people accountable. And I'm telling you something, if we don't do it, I think this shit's going to continue and continue and continue and continue. I know Uncle Fester and Lou said something about, I think we're squeezing today. Something about JP Morgan margin call. I don't know. That's what people were telling me. Or sometime this week. If it's not today, I had another ape. They corrected me. He said, no, they're saying it's this week it's going to happen. Okay, it's this week. Listen, if it doesn't happen this week, I just think at some point we have to start holding people accountable, starting with our CEO. He's got to start giving us answers. Look, I understand he hints things all the time. Everybody always says that. Like he hints, like he knows that there's things not right. And he can't speak about it publicly because he could get sued. But at the same time, I mean, there's nothing wrong with him asking questions. Okay, so how about this? How about this, Adam, Aaron? You don't want to actually come out and say that there's potentially use of naked shorting, fake synthetic shares, manipulation, corruption. You don't want to say these things. So why don't you set up some sort of a meeting with Gary Gensler, okay, and ask him questions? Like, how Gary Gensler is always on TV? Why don't you do something on CNBC or something? Maybe get Charles Payne involved. You, Charles Payne, and Gary Gensler set up a television interview and just ask him questions. But Don't make them like run away from the questions or back away from them. Ask them straight out. Be like, let me ask you a question. Have you investigated AMC Entertainment House stock? Do you see any corruption? Don't let them just be like it's on the table and say no. Forget about it's on the table. Have you investigated? Is there any corruption here? What's happening? Well, the Department of I'm not talking about the Department of Justice. I'm talking about the SEC. Okay, because there's a lot of stuff here that doesn't make sense, and we want answers, and we want answers now. Like JG Wetford, give us our cash now. We want answers now. And I just wish I had the opportunity. If I had the opportunity to interview Gary Gensler, forget about it. I'd have that guy shaking his boots. All right. So I would have let him listen. He could dodge the question as much as he wants. I'll just bring the ball right back to the court. He could throw the ball away. I bring it back. That's it. And that's it. And the interview will probably end with him just getting up and walking away because he'll notice that I will not stop until I get an answer. I just think we deserve answers. We deserve transparency, and we have to start holding people accountable. AMC to Pluto.